Here. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear me. We're going to get folks a couple of minutes to come on to the live stream. Good morning, Allison. Ready for a busy day?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just getting ready to go live on the socials. So.
I wondered if you were going to.
You'll be home at some point this evening.
At some point, yeah. At some point.
Yes. Good morning to everyone on YouTube Live. We're going to give just a few moments for folks to come on in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get started because we got a lot to talk about today. The push alert just out, so we should be getting some more people on the stream here momentarily. Let me know in the live chat if you can hear me. We kind of redid the streaming computer, and it's actually much faster now, thank goodness. But I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. That's the goal. We want to be able to have sound, absolutely. So we're going to give folks a few minutes to, again, come into the live stream, get themselves situated, and then we'll get started. We'll give just a couple of minutes here. Because, again, a lot to talk about. It's going to be a very, very active day after an active weekend. Also, don't think I'm crazy for wearing a coat in here because...
It's freezing.
Yeah. Our air conditioning system here in the studio is on overdrive right now. And it is quite cool in here versus what's going on outside. So that is why I have a coat on right now. I am not going crazy. Let's see. So YouTube is hiding a little chat from me. You know what? I wonder if the chat didn't get turned on. It probably did not. That's okay. You know what? I bet the chat didn't get turned on. It happens. I don't know if I can change that setting while we're waiting. Nope, I cannot. It's not going to let me do it. So I apologize. For some reason on our default settings, the chat doesn't get turned on. But I know the folks on Facebook are on, and you guys can obviously chat. So before we get started, if the Facebook folks that are watching could let me know if you can hear me. And if that's the case, we'll go ahead and we'll get started here. I'm going to pull up the chat right now just to make sure it's working correctly. Oh, you know what? It's right there. I just heard myself. That's always frightening. So I'm not alone this morning. I've got our weather intern, Allison Mills, with us as well. I think we're going to have a long day in here. In fact, I'm going to move my little camera over so we can see you. Okay. That way they also know I'm not going crazy and I'm not just talking to myself. But there's more than one person that's sitting here right now.
I mean, that's fun some days. As long as you don't answer yourself.
Exactly. That's the thing is you don't want to do that. There we go. Now we can see you. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started and I'll show you kind of what's going to go down today. This has really been an escalation compared to what we saw yesterday. Did you see the lightning last night, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Very electric.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, honestly, one of the most electrified storms I have seen in years.
Yes.
It was amazing. I was like, darn it, it's my bedtime, because I wanted to stay up and watch it. But I'm like, if I want to be able to speak this morning, I have to go to bed, so...
Probably a wise choice.
I know. Maybe this evening on the way home after we get done with the coverage, I'll be able to see a little bit of the lightning show. Yeah, but we're going to be in for another one of those coming up later tonight. The reason we had so much lightning last night was the heat. It was hot. It was humid. All of that heat means tons of storm energy, and we're going to see that exact same situation play out today. But I think we're going to up the ante when it comes to the amount of severe weather we're going to see. We had a couple of tornado warnings yesterday. In fact, one by Kalita.
I was just going to say, just north of my neck of the woods, your neck of the woods.
I bet you probably had a couple people texting me like,
Several.
hey, what's going on here? Yes. So I think we're going to see an escalation at that. There is also the potential that the Storm Prediction Center may upgrade us at the last minute here, whether it's at 11:30 or 3 o'clock this afternoon to the next level up. I'm starting to read that as well, which would be a level 4 out of 5. So yeah, it is going to be a very volatile day. We have a lot of ingredients coming into play. I'm going to walk you through those ingredients. We'll walk you through the timing, and then I'll take any questions that you guys might have. But I apologize to the YouTube folks. I keep forgetting to click that darn chat box. And it's a default setting. I'm going to work with our digital director on hopefully getting changed here. But nonetheless, we're going to roll on. Hopefully you can get some good information from this. That's my plan anyway. So if you're outside, it's still very humid. It's still very sticky.
Yes.
You can feel that air. I mean, it's already nearly 80 degrees and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So it feels like 83. Some of those ingredients are going to start to come into play. And wait till you see this afternoon where it really, really starts to get very sticky and humid as well. So I want to show you what's going on with the satellite and radar. And I'm actually going to rearrange this for a second. Pardon me. I need to be able to see this screen. So there we go. Now we can see what's going on. So there's the radar this morning. That little spin in the clouds near Detroit, that was our storm complex from yesterday that brought all those showers and storms. But now there's a new complex of storms that's kind of fizzling out right now in southeastern Minnesota. It looked impressive earlier, but now it's just kind of trending down. Typical this time of the morning. You're
Not
losing
much energy going on there.
Exactly, yeah. We just haven't built up a ton of energy. So what we're going to wait for is there's another little spin there, a little mini area of low pressure that's going to be coming down in our direction from that this afternoon. And as timing would have it, that's going to run right into our extremely hot, extremely humid, and extremely unstable air mass. There's going to be a lot of energy sitting around here in terms of storm energy, so that's why we're concerned about the storm threat that's coming in for this afternoon. So we're going to go through that, but I wanted to show you what's going on right now. So here's the latest assessment from the Storm Prediction Center. This came out at 8 o'clock this morning. The next update that we're going to get from the folks there is going to be 11:30, so we'll likely probably catch that during GMQC at 11. We usually get the little tail end of that, and we'll see if the map changes. But, I mean, that sticks out really, really noticeably.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, that enhanced risk, or what we call here a 3 out of 5, very likely, and it's for the whole Quad Cities. It doesn't matter if you live up to Highway 20 or all the way down south to Monmouth, Macomb, and Burlington. You're in it, including Galesburg, for that 3 out of 5 risk. So let's step through some of the threats here. And this changed this morning, too, I've noticed. The tornado zone, if you will, it kind of cut off a little bit further to the east, but now there's this bigger corridor that's got this tornado risk. And this is going to be very similar to what we saw yesterday, where you get these lines of storms and you get these embedded circulations. And this is going to be tricky to get today, guys, not just for us, but for storm spotters, because you think of all the humidity that's sitting out there. Do you think we're going to be able to see those tornadoes?
No.
Yeah. They're going to be rain-wrapped like no other, because we have so much rain that's going to be coming out of these storms. So like you said, that's going to make another danger factor to the situation as we get into this afternoon. So for tornadoes, we're at a 2 out of 5 risk. But take a look at the wind risk today. I mean, this is escalated. This is a 3 out of 5, and it's what we call hatched. You see those polka dots on the map. What that means is that's where the Storm Prediction Center says we're going to have wind gusts exceeding 70 miles an hour, likely, with the majority of these storms. Now, I've already seen a couple of posts going around social media. They're throwing out the D word again. I want to caution folks that just because, they're saying, these folks may be saying a derecho is coming through, that doesn't mean we're going to see one. We've now had twice this year where these same folks have said we're getting a derecho. And guess what? It didn't happen. No. A derecho has to meet certain requirements. It cannot be forecasted ahead of time. It is nearly impossible. You can't guarantee that so many wind reports are going to pile up with a given storm and it's going to travel so many miles to be classified as a derecho ahead of time. It's virtually impossible. I don't care how good the models are. You can have the best model in the world. It's not going to forecast a derecho. It will forecast some damaging winds, though. So I want folks to be aware and on guard and be prepared to get these strong winds in here that, again, could push 70 miles an hour as we go into this evening. There's your hail threat for today. It's further west for the large hail. Given how warm it is, I don't foresee hail being a huge problem today. Most of it's going to melt as it gets into our part of the atmosphere here where it's hotter than heck. But certainly initially as storms take off, north and west of the Quad Cities, there will be some larger hailstones initially, and then this will all come to be more of a damaging wind threat. I want to show you some of the storm energy because this was insane. So I don't want to get too complicated in this, explaining what joules per kilogram is or anything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a scale. And this is the scale that we look at as meteorologists. You have low energy, moderate energy, high, and then you have extreme energy. And extreme is 3,500. And we measure this in joules per kilogram. I'm not going to explain what that is. It's not relevant. But just pay attention to this number as we go into the afternoon.
That's crazy.
5,900
That's a
is
lot.
the number. Yeah. So almost 6,000 on the scale, which is way above the 3,500. It's not the most we've ever seen, but it's alarming when you have that much storm energy that these fronts and these systems can take advantage of, and that's why we're so worried about the wind threat that comes in here for the afternoon. That's also going to ensure that we see a repeat display of the lightning we had yesterday. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a ton of it. So also want you staying away from windows. Make sure you're inside as these are coming through. Don't want to be on the golf course. We don't want to be on the baseball field. We don't want to be out and about running around. You want to be inside when these things are coming through. So let me go through Future Track. I'll show you the latest timing here. This model updates every hour. We're on the high resolution version. The timing is still consistent, getting it into the Quad Cities, the immediate Quad Cities as a whole, right around 6, 7 o'clock this evening. So some of us are still commuting at this time. And if you are, this is going to be problematic because your visibility is going to be so bad. The water is going to be piling up on the road because it's coming down so quickly.
Yep.
Just not a good combination. The timing is just not good at all. So we'll plan on that then racing southeast of the Quad Cities, Galesburg, Peoria, Burlington, right after 7, 8 o'clock. And then that whole system will sink off to the south and be out of our hair. But I want to show you the timing here. This is, again, the storm arrival time. If you're north of the Quad Cities, Maquoketa, Galena, up to Dubuque, Monticello, we're talking about 4 to 6 o'clock, probably closer to 4. If you're in the Quad Cities, it's between 5 and 7. So right during the heart of that morning commute. This is going to get very interesting. And then south of the Quad Cities, Burlington, Galesburg, Princeton, Kewanee, 6 to 8 o'clock as we go into this evening. So kind of take a mental snapshot of that picture. That's when we expect the storms to push in and start laying down their biggest impacts. Not to mention the rainfall. There's a lot of moisture in the air right now. Now, I don't know why Geneseo was only picking up, 0.13 inches of rain. I don't think that's correct. I'm going to have to look at that. But generally speaking, that's a lot of rain.
That's a lot on top of what we already got.
Yeah. We had some hometowns over the weekend that I know picked up more than 2 inches of rain. And if that was your hometown, I would be prepared for some flash flooding possibilities as we go into this evening, especially if we realize this moisture and this rainfall that's going to be moving through here. So we're going to keep a close eye on that too as we go throughout. This is it, though. This is the only opportunity for severe weather in the next 8 days. It's the only opportunity for heat and humidity that's going to be noticeable and oppressively so, because the rest of the forecast is darn quiet. Thank goodness, right?
We need a break.
I think after tonight, we're all going to need a little bit of a break. I know I'm going to need some extra sleep. I'm going to be coming back in to join James Zahara here. I think Evan Bunkers is coming in as well to be in the Beast, possibly, so we'll see how that goes. But Allison's going to be here with us as well. So we got a lot of folks that are going to be helping out. And, of course, a lot of folks in the newsroom are going to be helping out as well. But this is definitely a situation that is worth watching, especially to see, do we get that upgrade from the Storm Prediction Center, either at the 11:30 or the 3 o'clock outlook that is going to be coming up here a little bit later? Do they go ahead and push this to a level 4 out of 5? You remember the last time we had that? Some serious weather.
I was just going to say, a lot happened.
Yeah.
But
it's going to get interesting. Mm-hmm. It's going to get very, very interesting. So that's the timing. That's the threats that we're doing. Also, you guys may have noticed we have some new graphics today, some new looks. We're unveiling this Storm Track 8 Weather Impact Alert Day, first time, at least during the week was this morning. So it's an advanced heads up. You're going to see this on our 8-day. You'll see some red days. Those are highlighted when we think we're going to have some really impactful weather. And our goal isn't to hype everything.
No.
Our goal isn't to scare everybody. Our goal is just to prepare you, to let you know when we think impactful weather is going to come in.
Right.
We're not going to issue it for every little storm that comes through. We're going to issue it when we think it's going to have a big impact on a big portion of the area. So that's what we're going to do with that. Exciting. Change is good. Change spices it up a little bit.
It does.
Yeah. Keeps me awake. So I'm appreciative of that. But yeah, that's our new branding. So Storm Track 8, weather impact. And then when we have a day like today, it is weather impact alert that gets tagged onto that. I know it's a mouthful, but you know what? I haven't messed it up once today. And I've said it like 20 times. So I think I'm doing pretty good there. Should we check in at some of the comments and see if we have some questions that we can answer? I know there's a lot of folks that are watching. We've got 200 or so right now on the Facebook stream, on the YouTube stream. I believe we've got probably a couple of dozen. Actually, no, we've got close to 100 on the YouTube Live. So that's good. We've got a lot of folks in here. If you can, go ahead and give this video a share. That way everybody can see what's going on, see the timing. I think the more people that are informed today, the better.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to get pretty active around here as we get to later today. So let's go through some of the questions. Let's see what we can answer here. I'm also going to pull up the Storm Prediction Center Outlook just to see some of the verbiage that they're kind of using here in terms of the outlook that was issued at 8 o'clock, because I really didn't get too much of a chance to kind of peruse through there quite yet to see what they're saying. But I know that, earlier they were talking about that possibility of an upgrade, so that's something we're going to have to really, really, really keep an eye on. Yeah, and there's still some opportunity for that to happen. So we're going to watch very closely the 11:30 update and the 3 o'clock update. We'll see what happens. Is it pretty quiet? Are you able to see them?
Well, you know what? It says there's 19, but I only see a few.
Is this on the Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Okay. Yeah, let's see what's on the Facebook.
Yeah, I wonder why it's not showing me all of them.
And sometimes the Facebook app is so finicky.
And that's probably what it is.
Yes.
Because it's only showing me like 5 of the questions, and it says there's 19 comments. So, but yeah, you have way more than I do.
Yeah, and a lot of them are like, so-and-so is watching. Mm-hmm. So we'll scroll through some of these and see what we can find. People are saying they can hear us. That's good.
That's good.
Laura says good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Marla says stay safe, everyone. Brett was wondering, could an upgrade happen at 11:30, and could a PDS watch be issued? Yes. Whether it's a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a tornado watch, given that we have those ingredients together. Yeah, but that's kind of hard to see in advance. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was a PDS watch. PDS, by the way, stands for
particularly dangerous situation.
Exactly. And that means you need to take it more seriously. We're expecting more damage, more impacts when that kind of a watch is issued. So we'll see. Again, Storm Prediction Center, 11:30, and then 3 o'clock this afternoon. Those are the two potential time windows where we can see that upgrade. And then most of the time, they end up waiting to the last minute. We're probably going to send up another weather balloon early this afternoon, I bet, and we want to get that more recent data before they go ahead and put that out there. Mary Ann says good morning. Let's see. Storms from the north are so crazy, Laura says. I agree. You're talking about that cool air coming down, bumping into this hot stuff. They can get pretty crazy. Absolutely. A lot of people are watching. This must be a new feature. Dawn says good morning. Thanks for the update. You're welcome, Ann. Dave is wondering, do you know what time it's going to hit Peru? We think after 7, 8 o'clock for Peru. Way south of Princeton, yes. After 7, 8 o'clock for Peru. And yeah, it will likely maintain its strength. You're still on the 3 out of 5 risk, by the way, even that far south. We have Brendan saying, what's up? What are you thinking for where me and you live in Geneseo? Probably should make sure things can't blow away. Yes, Geneseo is going to get some good wind out of this too. Yep. If you have outdoor patio furniture, now's the time to get that secure. Any lightweight lawn ornaments that you don't want to become someone else's, get those secure. Now is the time to start preparing for that, for sure.
Even a good time to just get everything together, your normal plan of making sure you've got chargers, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Anything like that you would normally do for severe weather, now's a good time to start preparing.
Yeah, I think we need to plan for power outages for sure. In fact, our in-house Future Track model has a power outage index, and I'm going to try to load that up for the 11 o'clock newscast. So if you want to tune in for that, I'll see if we can get it up and running and working. Sometimes it can pick out some of these features and give us a good idea of what's coming in. Laura, I think, likes weather impact alert. She likes that. You're welcome, Mary Ann. You're quite welcome. Hannah's asking about Princeton, Illinois, looking to get hammered. Yes, we think after 5, 6 o'clock for Princeton. You are also in that 3 out of 5 risk as these storms are pushing through. And I'll put Future Track back on there so you guys can see the timing again and when we're expecting it to pull through. We'll give it a minute. Come on, come on, come on. There it goes.
Looks like Alito, another question.
Timing for Alito. We would say after 5, 6 o'clock for Alito, definitely. And that's kind of interesting. So we just got the new run of Future Track in here, showing a little bit more of a different scenario. Let me wind this back up and replay that there. So it actually has cluster number 1 coming in right there, about the same timing, but it's got it a little bit ahead of that second cluster that has to catch up to the southwest. So that's interesting. Again, this updates every hour, so we're going to see a couple of different solutions, but we'll keep an eye on that. Still, the timing is the same, though. No change on timing, by the way, guys. And I think that's all for the main page. I don't see any additional questions for the main page. But yeah, I like your point about power outages. We're going to have to prepare for those. Several of them, I have a feeling, is going to be the case here. Let's see if I can check in with maybe one more page. Not that one. That's my only complaint about Facebook, is there's so many different apps that you have to do.
Click here, click here. Click
Yes. Oh my gosh. Let's see. There we go. I think we finally got to the main one. Is there an estimated time for when storms come to a start and when they end in Davenport? We think for Davenport, if I put that thing back up here, I think it's the next slide. There it is. There's your time for all of the Quad Cities, 5 to 7. We think after 7, 8 o'clock, the threat's going to be going down for the immediate Quad Cities. Wesley's saying, will the clouds help the storms, stop the storms? Sun couldn't get through. No, that's not going to be the case today. It's already 80 degrees. And
so much energy already here, it's not going to make a difference.
Yep, not going to help anything today. Amanda says she can hear us. Tyler's wondering, is there a reason why sirens didn't go off last night when severe warnings were issued? That is hard to answer, because one of my biggest pet peeves is every city, municipality has their own siren protocol. Some will put the sirens out only for tornado warnings. Others will sound the sirens for everything that comes through, whether it's a tornado or not. So don't rely on the sirens. You rely on your Storm Track 8 app, your NOAA weather radio, and what we're telling you on television. Do not rely on storm sirens. Those are made for people outside.
Correct. Yep.
Tell you to get inside. Carol says the corn looks good. Hope this doesn't hurt too bad. I agree.
Yeah.
It might be tall enough where it might not do too much damage, but we'll see. I hope it doesn't either. Ashley's wondering about the risk in Abingdon. Same risk, 3 out of 5. We think the timing for you is between 5 and 7, likely probably closer to 6 and 7 o'clock for you. Mike is asking about hail. I don't think that hail is going to be a big threat initially, but if you live north and west of the Quad Cities, there's a chance for some hail. This would all start after 5 o'clock this evening. How do you tell the difference between tornado sirens and severe storm sirens? That's the problem, isn't it?
It's the same sound.
Yeah, it is the same sound, it's the same tone, and that's why I tell folks, do not rely on storm sirens. Don't do it. Those are for people that are outside. It's to warn them that they need to get inside. Mm-hmm. Don't wait for a siren for yourself to take action. Pay attention to the warning, your app, or what we're telling you on TV, and if you're in the warning, that's when you need to take action. Don't wait for the siren. Shirley's wondering about Burlington. We still think later for you, 6 to 8 o'clock this evening. Angela's asking, what's the hail prediction supposed to be and wind supposed to be like? Hail, we think about a quarter size hail, an inch in diameter. Winds beyond 75 miles an hour possible today.
That's high. That does some damage.
It does. You know, you think about a low-end tornado.
That's the criteria.
Kind of
there.
similar. Yeah, absolutely. So Willow says she lost 2 trees and the shutter in her house were blown off last night around 11:30 at night. Also lost power, and it's still out.
Oh,
goodness. Well, I hope your power gets back on. Sorry to hear about the damage there. Courtney's wondering about Eldridge. We think the timing for you is between roughly 5, 6, 7, right around there. Same thing, tornadoes, wind, some minor hail possible, but we're not too concerned about hail today. When do we expect storms to leave the Quad Cities? We think after 8 o'clock. Jamelyn is asking that question. Chris is asking about Kewanee. It's everything for Kewanee today. It's everything for everybody. Mm-hmm. Tornadoes, wind, some minor hail. Cedar Rapids, we still think that you're going to be impacted between 4 and 6. Same threats. Everybody's under the same threat no matter where you live today. And Deidre, is asking how bad Milan is going to get hit. Same thing. Potential for those really strong winds and a few tornadoes coming in here today as well. So, Yeah, we'll be here, as the storms come rolling through. We'll be on the air if we need to be. We'll be online as well. The whole team's in today, so all of our assets will be utilized, including the Beast, the live stream online, on our social media accounts, all that good stuff. So just want you folks to remain aware today. Again, especially between 4 this afternoon, 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening, that's when the core of this is going to be moving through. Check back in with us later this morning for the 11 o'clock newscast. We'll see if the Storm Prediction Center upgrades it then. It would be around 11:30, so we may just catch it before we get out of the 11 o'clock newscast. We'll see. You never know what they're thinking. Yep, you don't know till the last minute. So that's what we've got for you right now. Stay tuned to us, whether it's here, online, or on the old bunny ears as we get back on TV at 11 o'clock. We'll keep you guys updated. Of course, we'll all be here tonight tracking those storms with you. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. We've got you guys covered. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Stay cool out there, and we will see you guys a little bit later. We did it! We did it! Oh, my goodness!